Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to Tuesday, November 12th spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Kat Greene was perplexed by her release, but Chad DiMera claimed that Clyde Weston insisted that he give her up. Kat questioned whether Chad truly disliked Abigail DiMera enough to turn her over to a seasoned criminal, despite his insistence that he had to know what happened to her remains. Chad said that he didn't want to see Kat die, even though he did despise her. Rather, Chad intended to use Kat as bait for a Clyde trap, but he was unable to predict the outcome because he had made a forecast about the danger. Kat hoped that this might also result in news regarding her hostage mother, but she was willing to take the chance. But Kat recognized that they would need to collaborate on this and questioned if Chad could manage it. Chad maintained that he could in these unique conditions. On Tuesday's episode of Days, J.J. Devereaux arrived at the Horton residence because he wanted to see his family in Salem and learn what had happened to Abigail's body. When J.J. inquired about Doug Williams's well-being, Julie Williams gave him a hug. Julie reported that Doug was suffering from a severe cold when she brought up how heartbroken he was about Abigail's passing. When it came to the extent of Doug's decline, Julie appeared to be holding back. Julie viewed every day they had Doug as a miracle because he was 98 years old. When the conversation finally shifted to JJ's romantic life, he revealed that he was now single. Because JJ was so attractive and charming, Julie was sure he would soon find a beautiful woman. Julie persuaded JJ to remain at the Horton residence even though he had originally intended to stay at the Salem Inn. JJ offered to buy dinner for everyone on his way home, but he had some errands to run. When Chad returned after Tuesday's Days episode, he learned that JJ had been their special guest for some time. When Kat entered the room, Julie added that she was relieved she would never again have to see that conniving succubus Abigail imposter. On Tuesday's DOOL program, Gabi Hernandez assigned her new assistant responsibilities in the town square while Javi Hernandez was preoccupied with Leo Stark's texts. Following Javi's departure, Gabi was made fun of by E.J. DiMera for the breakdown of her marriage, which she attributed to him. Gabi slapped E.J. across the face after he gloated about how much he was enjoying this and finally agreed to take the credit if Gabi wanted it. She attempted to slap E.J. once again after he implied that he might have Gabi jailed for attacking the district attorney of Salem. Just as JJ showed up, E.J. grabbed Gabi's arm and told him to stop touching her immediately. Leo Stark identified himself as the head writer of Body and Soul outside the bar and identified Joy Wesley as the actor portraying Reagan Holloway. Leo was perplexed when Joy revealed that he was the same man who had ruined her parents' marriage. Craig Wesley sincerely apologized after Joy revealed that he had cheated on Nancy Miller with Leo and hurt her feelings. Joy felt that since she had recently become a homewrecker herself, she was in no position to pass judgment. Leo wanted to find out whose house Joy had destroyed because he was excited about the possibility of some juicy gossip. Joy briefly greeted Javi when he appeared and took advantage of the opportunity to sidestep Leo's inquiries. While Chanel DiMera and Alex Kyriakis were filming their first love scene, Johnny DiMera started having flashbacks of his passionate moments with Joy at the hospital in Tuesday's episode of Days. After the action ended, Johnny told Chanel he was okay with it. But Johnny was tempted to come clean because he didn't like what he'd done to Chanel. While Alex met Joy somewhere else, Chanel encouraged Johnny to quit dwelling on what had transpired. Joy seemed agitated when Alex implied that she would be a pain in Chanel's side, but he was referring to her personality. Later, as Johnny had a private conversation with Joy, Alex updated Chanel about Joy's mild freak out. When Johnny stressed that he had to tell his wife the truth about what they did, Joy appeared uncomfortable. According to previews for Days of Our Lives, Joy will try to prevent the mayhem Johnny intends to cause, so tune in. According to the Monday, November 11th spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Brady Black confronted Kristen DiMera, Stacey Hayduke, about her avaricious behavior over the serum that Sarah Kyriakis need. Kristen pleaded with Brady to concentrate on mending Titan and Basic Black's relationship, which Rachel Black, Finley Rose Slater, desired, but Brady was unmoved by any of her reasoning. Kristen had to make a choice when Brady emphasized that their reunion would never occur if she withheld the serum. After speaking with Stefano DiMera's Joseph Mascalo image, Kristen expressed her optimism that she had chosen the correct one. Kate Roberts Brady, Lauren Koslow, informed Xander Kyriakis, Paul Telfer, at Body and Soul during Monday's Days program that she backed Philip Kyriakis, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, intentions for a Titan takeover. Despite Xander's warnings, Kate refused to back down. Philip informed Sarah that Xander had recently shot him while he was at the Kyriakis mansion to see Maggie Kyriakis, Suzanne Rogers. In response to Sarah's worry at Xander's attempt to drag Philip out, Philip implied that they agreed on his excessive behavior. Philip apologized for the Serum situation, but his only goal was to preserve Titan's heritage and respect Victor Kyriakis, John Aniston, desires. Philip and Kate then got together to discuss notes from their talks with Xander and Sarah on the Monday's Days episode. Xander, meantime, came home to Sarah and encountered criticism for his effort to remove Philip from the map. Sarah cautioned that Xander needed to put an end to this craziness because the cost to their family of walking again was too great. But Brady finally arrived with excellent news. Brady gave Sarah the second vial since he was able to persuade Kristen to give up the serum. When Roman Brady, Josh Taylor, and Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, discussed Clyde Weston, James Reed, at the pub in Monday's Days episode, there was conjecture that Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, might have made a deal with him in order to locate the remains of Abigail DiMera, Marcy Miller. On Monday's DOL program, Chad urged EJ DiMera, Dan Furigal, to drop the charges against Kat Greene, Annalyn McCord, at the Salem Police Department. Clyde would allegedly inform Chad where Abigail's remains were if he could arrange this for him. Chad acknowledged that he didn't want to aid Kat, but he also didn't want her to die at Clyde's hands. For this reason, Chad planned to trick Clyde into believing he would give Kat to him. Chad finally dropped the charges and released Kat, despite EJ's warnings about the risks of his scheme. Steve believed that Clyde was the reason behind Kat's release after reading about it on his phone. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Chad's plan will take some unexpected turns, so we'll provide more predictions for the growing drama. For the most up-to-date Days of Our Lives spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, CDL is the place to be. Visit frequently for further DOL information. Spoilers for Tuesday, November 12th's episode of Days of Our Lives, DOL, hint at some significant events in Salem. One character tells another of a scheme to overthrow a villain, another assigns blame, and a third figure recognizes that their workplace is going to become uncomfortable. It's time to see what type of drama Tuesday will bring. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Tuesday, November 12th indicate that Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, will enlist Kat Greene, Annalyn McCord, in a scheme to overthrow Clyde Weston, James Reed. Additional teasers, meanwhile, will raise doubts about Kat's willingness to assist him in this. She might be crucial to all of this, but what if she declines? Read more, Days of Our Lives spoilers, Sophia and Holly are both expecting Tate's double teen trouble? In other developments, J.J. Devereaux, Casey Moss, will be welcomed back to town by Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, but she will also let him know that Doug Williams, Bill Hayes, is ill. Spoilers for Days, Gabi Hernandez points the finger at EJ DiMera. According to Tuesday, November 12th DOL spoilers, Gabi Hernandez, Sherry Jimenez, will hold EJ DiMera, Dan Furigal, accountable for the breakdown of her marriage. Given that she was the one who suggested having sex with her husband's brother, Gabi seems to be living in denial. Even though EJ slightly agitated the situation, is he solely to blame? Spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Joy Wesley and Leo Stark meet. Last but not least, Days spoilers for Tuesday's episode suggest that Joy Wesley, Alex N. Hopkins, won't be happy to learn that she's collaborating with the same man who brought down her family. Sounds like she'll be introduced to Body and Soul's head writer, Leo Stark, Greg Rickard, on Tuesday, and put two and two together, that Leo was the very man her father, Craig Wesley, Kevin Spurtas, had an affair with. Craig came out of the closet as a result of the affair, which was a wonderful thing, but Leo did damage Craig. Will there be more turmoil on the set, or can these two work together harmoniously? Speaking of drama, Chanel DiMera, Raven Bowens, prepares for her first romantic encounter with Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, while Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, attempts to maintain composure. Oh no! Are you looking forward to the show on Tuesday? Participate in the discussion in the comment box. Visit SOS for the finest Days of Our Lives spoilers, news, and updates, and watch the Peacock soap opera every day to find out what happens next.